Hey, hope all y'all are doing well. Today's devotional is a continuation of the um, fight devotional for men off the Bible app called YouVersion. Um, and today's devotional is called "I Have It Under Control." Lust says I want it, entitlement says I deserve it, and pride says I can handle it. You remember how Samson told his parents he wanted to marry the Philistine woman? Well, what does every guy need before he can get married? That's right, a bachelor's party. And in Samson's case, that meant a kegger. As you'll see in today's reading, Samson wanted to get together with his buddies to get hammered. Before we read, here's another thing I want to remind you of about Samson's first rule: don't drink alcohol. Samson was not supposed to drink alcohol at all, but Samson figured that because he was so strong, he could handle it. You probably heard that before. A guy really believes he can or be tough, and he may be. So he convinces himself that he won't suffer the same consequences as other guys. Maybe you've even been that guy, and just thinking you can handle it doesn't. And thinking you can handle it just doesn't have to be about substances. Just that one drink, puff, hit, isn't gonna kill me. I can handle it. Man, I really love this car, house, fishing boat. I can make these payments. I know I'm not supposed to look at this website, image or video, but I've got my smartphone, and it's just this one time. Because Samson was the strongest man who ever lived, he genuinely believed he could handle it all. But do you know how Samson ended up? If you've never heard his story before, I won't spoil the ending. Let me just say this: he couldn't handle it. So what makes you think he can? We don't have to follow the same path Samson did. Remember, the enemy wants to destroy you, to devour you. The key is to read his playbook ahead of time and prepare yourself. If we learn how he operates, you can avoid the enemy's tricks and traps. Three of the most efficient weapons are lust, entitlement, and pride. Don't let your enemy use your pride and your selfishness and shame to trick you into trading your God-given power for things that tempt your fleshly appetites. You were made for more than that. You can be a man of spiritual strength, integrity, and courage. You can be a man who serves his wife and his family. You can be a man who unselfishly gives to others. The bravest thing we can do is admit that we are weak and vulnerable, and that we need God's strength in His presence. When we come to Him in humility, He redeems us and fills up with purpose and meaning. So, uh, Judges 14 verses 10. Now his father went down to see the woman, and there Samson held a feast, as was customary for young men. 2 Corinthians 12, 9 and 10 says, "But he said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore, I will boast all the more gladly about my weakness, so that Christ's power may rest on me. That is why, for Christ's sake, I delight in weakness, in insults, in hardships, in persecutions, and difficult times. For when I am weak, then I am strong." Ephesians 6 verse 10 says, "Finally, be strong in the Lord in His mighty power." Um, and also, 1 John 2 verses 14 through 14. "I write to you, dear children, because you know the Father. I write to you, fathers, because you know Him who is from the beginning. I write to you, young men, because you are strong, and the Word of God lives in you, and you have overcome the evil one." So I just want to encourage you guys that no matter what you're facing in life in terms of temptations, do your best to resist those temptations. whatever those temptations are. Pray, distract yourselves, phone a friend, phone a family, reach out to other people to help distract you. Hope you guys liked today's devotional, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.